Okay, I guess we can start. Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a good afternoon in Istanbul. Everyone is safe and well. So with this keynote session, yeah, PUDCAD game, which
sound is like dancing right now. It's coming and going.
Really?
Yeah, but it's just for us.
Oh, is it okay for the other ones? Çetin, is it okay?
I can hear very well.
Okay. Okay. So in this session, me and Çetin will try to tell the journey of the at the end of this session, we will have a walkthrough of the game and also comment about the game as the designers. Okay, so so first of all, thank you all, the partners and the contributors, because it's been almost like 3 years, and it was really it was quite an adventure for us. So that was the last picture we had taken in Lahti. So that was our like last workshop. Actually, we were supposed to have another meeting and also the conference here in Istanbul all together. But as you know, because of the situation, we are doing everything nowadays online. And I hope we will see each other in better days. Okay. So, and also I'd like to thank my team first of all, because usually we have those thanks at the end, and sometimes they are like we forget to do it. So so the team here of the Bahçeşehir University and me, Çetin Hoca, Bertu, Burcu, Yusuf Poyraz, and also we have the support team who supported the workshops, which I will mention a few minutes later, Ecehan, Kutsal, and Ege. And yeah, all of the people are here from the students of the master program in the University of Bahçeşehir. Okay, since you already know, I guess, a lot of a lot of details about the project. Our plan is to just focus on the game actually. Okay, so entering the game. So we it was an interesting and challenging project for us, because as the BAU, because of some other reasons, we entered the game. We entered the project in the, let's say, in the half time. So at that time, we were surely supposed to design and develop the game itself, but we have already lost some time, like 1.5 years. So in a way, we have to be quick. We have to understand the expectations and also the target audience, and surely come up with some quick ideas. So anyway, that workshop is up. Sorry, I have to. That workshop, that project has become a kind of a journey for us, which has like different workshops, and those workshops support the production stages of the game itself. So it wasn't just an ordinary game production process. Like you start with the concept and you have some prototypes and etc. In a way, we this time we have to design and develop the game with the participants, with the target audience, and also with a lot of different partners. So those workshops which actually after this session, especially Çetin and Poyraz will give some other details about the workshop. So I don't want to like dig them deep for now. But with the first workshop, it was our like introduction to the project. So first we were actually introduced to the partners, and which actually in a way like the clients of this project. So we have to understand them. We have to understand their expectations. And since it's not a quite a normal game, it's a design game with some specific agenda. So we have to really understand each other. So first of all, we discussed like what kind of a game it should be. I mean, should it be like a fun game, as we know, or should it be like a serious game, which is mostly used for like training purposes. So if you have to compare like a fun game and the serious game, so the fun game like includes like play elements, like emergent or like hidden, and it can create empathy, and those games could like work with concepts. But on the other hand, the serious games is much more about training. It's about like improving skills, and anyway, and at the end, your skills could be analyzed with numbers. So so that was so that was our like first conflict, like what kind of a game should we design and develop? I mean, surely we had some ideas, like first of all, like about inspecting those inclusion problems in that space, and also then manipulating them in the right way. Surely to build empathy, to build empathy in the player, so that like while he or she is experiencing those problems, he or she can also think about the target audience, himself or herself, and then surely design or like fix the problems, and at the end maybe a kind of a meta system to evaluate his or her designs. So we have surely many ideas, but if you have to summarize them, we could talk about like those first let's say concepts. Okay, for example, just like very first ideas that we have discussed in the workshop of Milan, like for the let's say for the inspection mechanic, like we can think of the players as like universal design detectives, and it could be kind of a hidden object game. It could be in the genre of a hidden object game, like a kind of a CSI game. Or maybe it should be about empathy building, and maybe they should feel as like the universal design residents in that world. Surely it would be a single player thing, and maybe even we can use a virtual reality technology to boost that empathy. Because as you know, virtual reality is a very technology, so-called an empathy engine. Or the students, I mean, they can design together as universal design heroes. Maybe it can be a sandbox game, like for example Minecraft, or even maybe even it doesn't have to be a digital game. Maybe it could be a board game. Again, they can team up during the process in the game. So those were just like very first quick ideas that we came up with, at least to discuss the situation with the partners, which we call them the clients, first of all. So sorry, I have to. Okay, so during this workshop, we concluded that the design objectives of the game will be to help design students empathize with physically impaired people, especially people with cerebral palsy, to train students to recognize and design problems in different contexts, like environment design, interface design, product design, etc. To increase awareness of the design students about accessibility, inclusive design, methodology, and universal design principles. So from those conclusions, we focused on those keywords and empathize, recognize and identify, and surely increase awareness. Yeah, after the Milan workshop, so first, our first design challenge. I mean, like when we get back to Turkey, to Istanbul, so we started to think about how can we solve the first design challenge, which is like designing a game which has some computer-aided design expectations, but also like we need to also have some components which can build empathy for the target audience in terms of inclusion and universal design principles. But it was obvious that we don't want to like develop a module for a CAD-based software, okay? Because first of all, it will be very difficult, and the second, it will be like it will be meaningless to develop a plugin for a software, because it would be just a tool, so it won't have any let's say any any goals in terms of to create empathy for the players. And there were also some various educational objectives set by the partners and us, like to empathize with the physically impaired people by experiencing their difficulties personally within the built environment, to design by using inclusive design methodology, to be aware of, see and recognize non-universal design solutions, to improve existing non-universal design solutions by analyzing the existing situation and by designing new solutions. Which brings us another design challenge, which we think that the game needs side activities, because probably and now surely, like at the end of the project, we are sure about it. I mean, we can't have we can't put everything in just one game. So we should so we have to very wisely think about the scope and the scale of the game. So what we can do is we think that we could have some side activities, and we could think of this whole thing as a kind of an event, which the game is like in the core of this event. So for building the empathy challenge, like surely we like shortly the game is about, like, we play the game through the perspective of a disabled character who encounters inclusivity problems on his way to the service bus which he should catch. So okay, so that's some drama, that's some that could add some tension, that could build some empathy, but this is not a movie, this is not a book. So it should be something different, because it's a game. And then so after that we focus on the controls of the game, like how we will interact with this game, because just like I mentioned, the game like you play a character on a wheelchair, so it shouldn't be like the ordinary controls that we have usually, like the WASD keys for navigation of the character or of the object that's in the game we are controlling. So it should be something different. So so in a way, we try to we changed that key system, and so that was our first, probably one of the biggest design, let's say, yeah, design improvements in the game, that we focused on how we can simulate a wheelchair on a keyboard. So that's why we focused on the keys. Like, for example, here the Q and E, and you have to push them at the same time to move forwards. And if you want to turn to left, you should press A and E at the same time. Like, in a way, like if you think you are like controlling the wheels at the same time, or the vice versa. If you want to turn right, you have to press Q and D. And if you want to go back, you have to press A and D at the same time, in a way, and also do it again and again. So it's not just for one time. So so it was almost like controlling a wheelchair, but with the keyboard. So besides that, controls, which is our like main weapon in terms of building empathy, besides the drama of the game. So the other challenge was about the cat part. So this game will be for the design students, and they should so when they encounter inclusion problems, they should also try to fix them, try to first detect them, and then and fix them with their surely knowledge. So that's why for the limited design mode, we came up with this idea. So as the target audience of the project are design students, and as they are familiar with the CAD as a language while expressing and presenting their design ideas and solutions, to create a familiar universe in the empathy game, the game mechanics are enriched, supported with a limited CAD-like environment. So this makes it possible to use design itself as a part of the game mechanic, which we will see at the end of this presentation while we are having the walkthrough of the game. So activities. So that was another challenge. As I said before, the game needs some side events, the side activities, because we are not able to put everything in the game. Like for example, teaching universal design principles, teaching about cerebral palsy, and etc. I mean, there are a lot of contents that you have to first like teach or give to the students. So the activities, and so yeah, we came up with this idea, like we can have a one-day inclusion workshop. We can start with the universal design principles as maybe a lecture, a short talk, then focus on the disabilities. Again, another maybe a short talk. Then we can have the PUDCAD game, like in the middle of the day, which the students could play for an hour. And then after that play session, we could have a roundtable discussion, and we could talk about the game, their experience of the game, their experience with the inclusion problems, and etc. And then we could run a mini sketch, a sketch jam, a mini jam on inclusion, on the given inclusion problems, surely which will be given by the instructor, maybe for a specific location, for a specific problem, etc. So we think that still we think it like that. It should be kind of a one-day thing, which the game is in the core, but before and after this game experience, we should have some we should use some other media, and also we should also have some content about the problems that we will face, or we will try to bring some solutions. So is it enough to start? No, because we need to have some is it because we need to have some more feedback. So that's why we like ran the second workshop with design students this time, and this time it was our like target audience. Okay, and then the I guess okay. And then the PUDCAD A team like goes to Florence, and then we ran another workshop there. If I have to remind you the description, the PUDCAD is an empathy game targeting design students to create awareness for universal design principles by experiencing inclusion issues. Okay, yeah, surely we had some ideas before the workshop, like maybe we could have some hidden profiles, discover who you are while playing, who's your avatar, unlock inclusion issues, experiment solution paths. Surely the game should be 3D and first person to create agency and to experiment space itself. And again, what would be the experience before and after the PUDCAD game? Like we had a proposal before, like that one-day inclusion workshop, but still it was just an idea. And we believe that that game should be designed in a user-player-centered approach, and we need to have first of all some communication prototypes so that we understand the target audience, the expectations, and how we can build empathy. So goals of this workshop is getting to know the target audience, to make them familiar with inclusive design methodology and universal design principles by design a game that like they are designing the game, to create to study and analyze how inclusive design methodology and game design principles can be gamified. Like for successful game design, it is essential to create and test various ideas. To analyze what kind of scenarios can be created and to see if they can fit in the video game to be planned just after the workshop. So that workshop was a very good chance for us to test some new ideas and also get some new ideas from the target audience. And we ran there a story and system design jam. Like they designed, like we give them different teams, and depending on those teams, they came up with some personas and stories, and also they came up with some systems. And for doing that, we have chosen we did it with board games and card games, because they are first of all. Developing digital games would be very difficult because first we need to teach them tools and etc. But with board games we could just like jump in and started to design at the same day. And board games are very transparent systems in terms of like game systems. You can see everything, every interaction in a board game, very transparent. But in computer games, in video games, they are embedded, they are hidden in the system. So that's why we have chosen to use board games. And they designed stories and systems for board games, again, for inclusion problems, and focusing on universal design principles. But a very short video. A very short video about the last day, the exhibition. Yeah, so they came up with very interesting board games, and they finished this board games like in 2-3 days. So it was quite a successful workshop, and we learned a lot. So after my session, Poyraz will tell you more about this workshop. Coding, programming, and also we started to execute design decisions, which we are sure of, which we tested in that board game. Again, our team is like working very hard on as you can see. Çetin Hocam, would you like to add something, or will you share your comments at the end? But if you want to say something here at that point, if I have missed something.
You are going very well. Keep
okay.
Not yet.
Okay then.
Yes.
Then let's roll on.
Okay.
Okay. So and then yes, we had the alpha version of the game. Like we called it an ordinary day on campus. Surely it won't be an ordinary day for the player, because everything is not ordinary for that player, unfortunately. So we had that alpha version, but surely, yeah, just like we tested some ideas in Florence, we have to test this alpha version with the target audience. So again with design students, but now they became our playtesters. So in a way, with that workshop, besides playtesting the game, we also wanted to kind of test the workshop day that we have on mind. Like yeah, the one I called that one-day inclusion workshop, which the game is in the center of. Okay, so again, we started with the playtest of the game, actually, with the students, with the design students, and we also had some surveys before the game and also after the game, which yeah, Çetin Hoca will mention, will tell about after after this session. And then just like in that one-day workshop plan, we had a roundtable discussion with the design students and like learn about their experiences in the game. And then just like in that one-day inclusion workshop idea, this time we had done we started a sketch jam, which will be the part of the workshop with with the design students. Surely that sketch jam was also about not just about working on inclusion problems, but it was also about working on the game itself. So still we want their support for the game. Still we want their we want their feedback for the game so that we can continue to develop and design the game and make it better. So the pre-production part is like as usual, like about brainstorming. They team up, they pitch new ideas. That new ideas like about more problems, more inclusion problems, more different personas, different situations like what if situations. And the production part includes like analysis, research, persona, stories, and solutions. And then at the end, they should come up with some before-after situations, some scene design, some detail and view designs, surely some description, some storyboards. So in a way, kind of some that we wanted from them, some boards to tell about, to tell and show their ideas. Yeah, again, a short clip from their production. Okay, cool. And even in that workshop, we had the chance to have a field trip. We went to a school which is which was designed designed with the notion of inclusion and universal design principles. So it was a good experience to experiment the space itself. So the idea was to get inspired, finding inspirations and observing the space, maybe collect some more data, collect data more about problems and personas. So it was a supportive field trip. And then at the end, we had an exhibition of the ideas again, which we had a lot of like good feedback, and surely some also feedback about the parts which are not working in the game, like in terms of experience and etc. And yeah, and that was the end, and that was the that where we like came at the end. So that was our like last photo. So I guess I accidentally repeated my design team. Yeah. So surely not everyone is here. Like for example, yeah, Çetin Hoca wasn't in the live workshop, and Yusuf isn't here too. Yeah, I guess now it's time to run the whole game, and it will take like about, I guess, 8 minutes, something like that, but we have time. But while we are watching the walkthrough of the game, I guess we can also comment together with Çetin Hoca over the game. Okay, Çetin Hoca?
Yes, why not?
Yeah, why not? Okay, so then let's start.
Should we talk about the plot first?
Sure.
Okay. Shortly, we are in a school, and we are playing the main character who has overslept in the classroom. It's in the evening, and all friends and caretaker has left the school, and they are waiting our player in the school bus, and we are late, and they are worried about us and sending messages to our mobile phone, and we are trying to get out of the school. Okay.
Yeah, and okay, let's continue. Yeah, by the way, for the audience who is now watching this walkthrough, surely it's by the way, it's a game. It's not a movie. So so first of all, so it would be great, like whenever you have the chance, please like play the game and also get back to us like with feedback, so that it would be great. I guess soon we will release the game with the e-learning platform, which the game will be in the platform. So please follow us.
So actually, this is the tutorial part. We are trying to teach the player how to use the wheelchair controls, and the first, yeah, this is also a little tutorial to teach the player how to use the CAD mode. We call this place a CAD mode. In CAD mode, you can change or fix the bad design solutions, so you can continue to your journey. And this is a long corridor. Actually, we didn't thought this was a problem, but users said, "Oh, this corridor is too long." So we said, "Okay, this we didn't put that intentionally, but we can say this is an experience. We cannot correct it, but this is a good experience."
So that's why we try to add some drama, like the character is getting messages from his friends that he should be quick, and also making some jokes.
Maybe not that funny jokes.
Yes.
Putting the bag into art class. And
Yeah,
the door is not enough wide, so he cannot pass through in.
by the way, it's I mean, it can't the character can't move that fast because just like I like told about the controls. So in a way, you have to pump the Q and E keys simultaneously, like so it's just not like one move. So so just like if you're on a wheelchair, you have to, you know, like turn the wheels again and again. So it's kind of like the same system here. That's why it's not very fast. Oh, sorry. I accidentally pushed the, okay. I guess we were here. Okay, sorry.
So we have special powers. We can change the environment. We have almost 10 problems here. First one was tutorial. With that one, it is 11. You have to find the correct solution, or you cannot pass through. And we have stairs here. We have to change. That's a special one. Those openings catches the wheel, so you cannot move. One of our users were actually using a wheelchair, and that person said, nobody knows this, but that's a real problem, because he or she, I don't know, said that's an experience. You have to use a wheelchair to know that.
Yes, we are almost there.
Yes. And
But no.
another interesting problem, one step. One single step. That's a problem for a wheelchair, and that's a problem for normal healthy people. You cannot see one step, so
And yes,
you can
you
fall
can
down. Yeah,
fall
you
down
can
easily.
easily break your leg in both ways, while going down or up. Yes.
Okay, yes, just like it's written here, we still, yeah, we are still like fixing some problems. Surely, it is, yeah, it's not the end. So, but actually, we had also some more ideas about the game. For example, adding more personas which surely have some different background stories, adding some new locations. That location is yeah, has been given to us by Serchev. So thanks to us, thanks to them again. So probably experiencing new locations, new spaces will be also interesting. And also new issues, right? New inclusion problems, and it could, I mean, so we can have more episodes definitely, and by doing that, the gameplay time could be like maybe probably an hour if we could have completed the personas, the different branches that we have on our mind. Yeah, some last words. Like one of the most significant impacts of the PUDCAD game is the game itself is about using design as a method to solve problems, which is probably the starting point of the design action itself. Implementing design methodology as a game mechanic is not a usual case in the game industry, probably because for the game industry, it's a very niche field and it is not very easy to implement the designing action into the game mechanics. Thank you. I hope I don't run over time. Yeah, we have some minutes, some more minutes.
Yeah, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand and or ask a question from the chat section. So,
yeah, just like I said, yeah, we will be releasing the game with the e-learning platform, which will be called, I guess, PUDCADgame.com, right? PUDCADgame.com. So all the materials and plus the game will be there, and we will release it soon, so that you can also download it and play it. And also not just the game, but that one-day workshop plan. You will also have that too. So you can use this whole thing as a one-day event for your class. I don't know if you are like running in that kind of a class, and experience the game with its components, with this before and after experiences. Because just the game, we think that is not enough, especially in a studio, like for example, about inclusion design studio. So so it should be used as a part of a part of a system. That's how it will be more effective.
Yeah, we have a question about, will there be any other personas for the game?
Çetin hocam? PUDCAD Game 2, the sequel. Yeah, actually we have some.
As a design, yes.
Yes.
We thought that before, but the
for example,
process is.
Yes, yeah. We had some. We had on mind like two more personas. Like one of them is would be a kind of an inclusion detective, actually, who will arrive to that school, but this time so it will be kind of like the second level. So this time you won't have any tutorial about the problems or any kind of tips. So that this time, as a inclusion detective, you have to detect by yourself the problems and etc. So the third persona will be about and that the third persona will be an international student who's in a foreign country, and he or she is not like read the signs and etc. So that's also an inclusion problem. So it doesn't have to be a physical problem every time. So we have those. Actually, we worked on the ideas. We worked on the scenarios of those two more personas. But in terms of the production, we want to focus on this idea and to make it work.
Yeah, thank you. We have a quick question too.
Thank you so much.
So how about game sounds and music? Yeah, we have some sounds and music, but actually I turn it down. Sorry, because we have to in a way, me and Çetin, we were trying to comment over the walkthrough to give you some insights about the game, the process. So actually we had some like main menu music, some music of the game itself, and also the wheelchair has some sounds too. So different surfaces have some different sounds. But maybe because I turned it down, maybe that's why Veli-Pekka couldn't hear about it. But it wasn't the first concern, but we know that we have to focus on it more to have especially different sounds for different surfaces, and yeah.
I just want to say thank you for your contribution to the project, and it was very exciting
all.
for all of us, for all PUDCAD partners right now, I guess. It was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, it was quite an adventure, and with this presentation, actually, we didn't want to share with the like the modeling, like the development part of the project. We just want to share the design process, which was really based on those workshops. So it was an interesting experience for us in that way, a very fruitful experience, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions? I think not. So I'm sharing the next sessions meeting ID and the password here. So we can meet in 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. Yeah, see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Christina. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you in 10.
Yeah.
Herkes yazıyor şimdi.